So in 2020, I was going to school. It was just a regular school day. And that day, one of the days I was just at school, for the whole day, I could not focus. Like, I remember when I was at math class, when I was at English class, my teacher was reading out some notes. They were reading out a chapter from the book. And while they were reading, I was literally thinking about what I'm going to do when I get home. Like, I don't know if you've had that thought before, but like, that's a moment of mindless thinking. Like, whether you subconsciously realize it or you consciously realize it, you have no concentration, you have no mindfulness, you have no depth of awareness. Why? Because your mind is all over the place. Someone's trying to explain something to you, and you're not even able to listen to what they're saying because your mind is thinking about what game are you going to play, what food are you going to eat, what am I going to say to that person. Like, you're also thinking about, oh, when will this end? Like, meditation really helped me in forming a great mindfulness practice. Naturally, I come from a religious family, but when I made the effort to really invest in time in meditating, it's genuinely life-changing. Again, my school has talked about mindfulness before. So like, I remember on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, in period 1, we'd always spend at least 5-10 minutes doing some form of a mindful activity, whether it's breathing, watching this video, coloring. My teacher would do the practice because it was a requirement, but no one would ever take it seriously. It was more like a game. It was just a time waste for essentially everyone. Why? Because there was no focus. There was no genuine desire to be mindful on the current moment. Everyone thought it was a gibberish, waste of time, but mindfulness is really a life-changing habit. It's a life-changing skill, and it should be developed through mindful meditation. It doesn't need to be just mindful meditation. It can be something as simple as drawing, doing some push-ups, whether it's coloring. Focus is so important in this day and age, and if you lack focus, then if you want to progress in your studies, you want to just whatever goals you have, if you're not able to focus, then it's just going to be hard for you to like get results. You know what I mean? For me personally, what's helped in the last 2.5 years, it's mindful meditation. How do you actually do mindful meditation? So when I was starting off, I was starting with like 3 minutes of meditation, and when I was doing that, I did the guided meditations. I breathed in through my nose. I really emphasized on feeling my stomach and my belly rise and expand. So I breathed in. You notice how I breathed in through my nose and I inhaled till I couldn't physically take in any more air? That is essentially the correct breathing technique. A lot of people tend to breathe in and out through their mouth when they should breathe in through their nose and out through their mouth. So essentially, that's the correct breathing technique. You can do this for 3 minutes or 5 minutes, where you just sit down in a comfortable position, close your eyes, set a timer, and really just focus on the breath. You can set a timer and really progressively overloading, just really emphasizing your focus and attention on the breath while you're meditating. But people have this common excuse: I can't concentrate, I have thoughts when I'm meditating. When you have a chaotic mind, essentially, the meditation is working. Meditation is essentially when you have a chaotic mind and you're bringing your attention, your focus back to the present moment, back to the breath, back to your body sensations. When you constantly bring your brain back to the focus point, which is your breath, you're essentially doing more brain reps, that I like to call it. When you're doing a brain rep, essentially your mind's in a chaotic place and you bring your mind out of that chaotic place and you're consciously making the effort to bring your mind back to the breath. Whether it's the breath, whether it's your belly rising and falling, whether it's your nose inhaling, whether it's your mouth exhaling. Choose one point and really emphasize that one point, because when you emphasize on that one point, you're essentially increasing your level of focus. And when you increase your level of focus, your mindfulness will increase. Why? When you're able to focus more, when you know consciously that your mind is wandering and you make that decision to focus back on the breath, your self-awareness is increasing. And why does your self-awareness increase? Because you have more knowledge on how to meditate correctly and you're being mindful about it. You're being mindful about the way you breathe. You're being mindful about what thoughts you have. You're being mindful about where your attention is. That's how you develop self-awareness. That's how you develop greater focus and a greater depth of awareness. Meditation really did save my life. And if there's a habit you should do every day, it's meditation. I hope this helps anyone in need. I hope you have an amazing day.